Welcome Ms. Amina Umuhoza, founder and managing director of Dukataze. I'm Joseline, a second-year student at African Leadership University. I'm your host. The aim of this interview is to understand the journey and the entrepreneurship and how successful entrepreneurs are born on this continent. It is 5 basic questions and it will not take more than 15 minutes. And if you are ready, we shall begin. For the starting, we'd like to know who is Amina and what does Dukataze do?
Thank you. My name is Amina Umuhoza. I'm a Rwandan lady of 22 years old, and I am the CEO of Side Company Limited that has Dukataze project. And Dukataze is a Kinyarwanda word to mean keep going. And Dukataze is also a platform, an online platform with a name to empower girls mentally, socially, and economically. We have different services such as e-counseling, career guidance, startup tutorial, and e-commerce for girls who have already started their own businesses.
Thank you so much, Amina. Dukataze, we're talking about empowering girls and something needed on the continent. But one thing that comes to my mind, what was your motivation of starting Dukataze?
Okay. The main motivation, I grew up seeing my fellow girls getting pregnant, but I didn't value it at that time. But until it happened to my cousin at 16 years old. She was in senior 3 and then she got pregnant, and I was like, this is the real issue, that I shouldn't sit there and fold my hands without doing anything. And that's how I just come up with the idea of Dukataze, just to reduce the influence of unwanted pregnancies in young girls, young Rwandan girls. And actually that's the main motivation.
I don't know how long you have been started, but what I want to know, when did you start and what is your achievement? And one thing I want you to add, which is too short, and where do you want to see yourself in the 5 years coming?
Talking about girls empowerment, I've been doing that back in my high school. But I was more using the arts like poems, doing that. But mainly, if I may come back to Dukataze, we started in May this year, and we have achieved different things. The first thing that I've achieved is to bring out the ideas that I wrote on paper into actions, because there are many people, there are many entrepreneurs who have incredible ideas, but they don't implement them. But so far, the first thing that I've achieved is to make Dukataze a platform there, and you can just access it on www.Dukataze.Online. The first achievement is to have the right team and the people who are passionate about the same thing. So far, I have formators, and there are plenty more girls who are interested in becoming the peer counselors for their fellows. And the third one is that I become the slash local winner in Rwanda, and I also made it to the top 18 Africa Youth Connect Award. I made it to the top 18, even if I didn't win the award, but it's a great step to be among top 18. And where I see myself in the next 5 years, I just want to see Dukataze as something that is making an impact, especially on the numbers of unwanted pregnancies rate, because in 2016 there are 17,000 girls who got unwanted pregnancies, but now I would like to reduce that number up to 18%, and I know that we'll be able to achieve it. And in counseling, I would like to have more than 1,000 girls per year who are receiving e-counseling, and even to work more than 500 businesses of women, so that we can just sell more than 3,000 products per year.
Okay. Listening to you, someone can say like, this one, Amina did it as a magic. Maybe she didn't meet a challenge, but I think behind everything there is a challenge. I want you to share one of the challenge that you observed starting your business, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, the first challenge that I received, that I experienced, was to get funds, like capital, to start my stuff. Because when it comes to platforms, online platform, you just have to get money for a website. Yeah, like to pay different things. It's a lot of money. But how I overcame that challenge is that I started to make my own saving, because apart from being entrepreneur, I'm also a poet. I do art, so I had my own savings that I got from my talent, and I could just use them. And also I tried to reach out to the young people who are passionate about this issue, because I couldn't afford a man, a 35-year man who's a developer, who's a software developer. He could be just even charging me 10,000 US dollars, and I can't get that kind of big amount. But I approached my friends who are doing softwares, and they could just charge me a little amount, and they'll be saying, I mean, now just do your thing, and if you get the remaining amount, it's okay. You just bring back the money. The second challenge was to get the right team, but I started by proposing my friends are passionate about the same issue, like, because when you have friends, you're able to identify this one is good at this one is not good at this, and I could just approach them according to what they are strong at doing, and they were like, yes, I mean, now we're ready to go. So that's how I got my team so far.
Yeah, you mentioned something good about tapping to your network. Is one of the way you overcome your challenge. And for me, on my side, I think the youth have to see something, have to do something on looking on their network and how they can overcome their challenges. One question is, what do you think the government should do to help the youth become successful entrepreneurs?
The I think, if I may say, the government of Rwanda is doing a great work in terms of empowerment, because you see, they even share different competition, different opportunity, different network, and this is opportunity that we are having. Other youth from different countries are not getting, and this is extremely powerful. But they also need to do more, because they have to, because there are some youth who are not aware of what is going on. For instance, when there is opportunity, they share on Twitter, they share on, but I wonder how that person who's living in rural area is going to get that kind of information. So as they sensitize Umuganda, saying on the last Saturday of the month we have Umuganda, they also have to do the same, so that all youth, wherever they are, Rwandan youth, can just get to know the opportunity that is there. And the second one is to provide business coaching on how to pitch the project, because there are plenty of youth who have beautiful initiatives, but when it comes to pitching their ideas, they don't know the right things to say, so that it can even get sponsorship, and that will always keep them down, because they're not able to explain their things the nice way.
Oh, like is something you are like teaching, like introducing some entrepreneurship skills in classes. I think even the government is doing something similar, but you wish they can improve more and tap into the pitching skills. What are the advices can you give to the youth who want to jump in the career of entrepreneurship?
The first advice is to do something that you're passionate about. But my dear, you can't do something that you're not passionate about, because you'll be thinking about different things. You'll be saying, oh, perhaps if I could have done different thing, I could have got money. But if you're passionate about something, no matter what, no matter the school, no matter the challenges, you stick to your goal. And the second advice that I want to give them is to never give up. Because in this life, entrepreneurship, for instance, for startups, you apply for competitions, you fill out the application, and what you can just get is we regret, we didn't select you. But when you're passionate, when you believe in yourself, you will always find a way to keep going. You will always find a way to keep your head up and even your project up.
We are reaching at the last question, not the least, like almost at the end of our interview. But one thing I want to ask is, some people, especially the youth, is defining entrepreneurship success as the point where they are going to get $1 million company or something else. On your side, how do you define entrepreneurship success for you?
Myself, I define entrepreneurship success as reaching out to my aim, to my main goal, to my main target that I want to impact, to seeing my beneficiaries living in a good way that I'm designing right now, and having a company that is sustainable to be able to continue to help those beneficiaries and to make different impact to their lives. No, because mine is a social enterprise. For instance, I can just say that it depends on a kind of a company. If, for instance, you're selling mobile phones, for instance, your goal is to make money, but for me, my goal is not to make money. It's a social enterprise. I want to see Rwandan girls getting empowered, getting jobs, not trembling in the time of interview, being able to make their own money, not waiting for the man, for the boyfriends to provide, the money for makeup. Like, when I'll be reaching out on that goal, I will just be proud to say that I'm successful.
Thank you, Amina, for this wonderful interview. To conclude, I would like, if you have any additional comment or question, the floor is yours.
Yeah. I can ask you a question.
Yes, please.
Like, what do you think is the best way to? Because I can just give you an instance on my platform. I have this platform, and I designed it for girls, but girls. Yeah, I'm receiving different requests of girls who want career guidance or want counseling, but it seems as if boys they also want, as in, like, they're active enough to take advantage. So why do you think is the barrier that stops girls into grabbing opportunities that are there, designed for them?
From my side, Eric, I'm a girl too, and for us, maybe I think it is one of the part of our culture. Girls were recent, like in the past years, girls were used like boys are the one to search for opportunities. You have to wait home, waiting for your husband. When you get married, you are getting married, you have to wait home for your husband to come and provide for your home. And something about culture behavior, it's not something that changes at one time. It takes time. Since 2005, I've seen some progress on how women are behaving in Rwanda, and I hope like in 10 years now or 5 years to come, those behavior for girls to wait for the man to provide or to do not tap into the opportunities is going to change. Something I think the main is the culture barrier.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amina, and we hope to make to have even better understanding on this. Thank you so much.